So this card is really about adapting to changing circumstances. In the Rider-Waite, there's all these waves that are going up and down, and it means like balancing between left and right. Sometimes it can be joint finances or signing contracts having to do with the two sides of the money, and the money is joined, you can see here. But he's also like the juggler who's throwing balls up in the air. And so it really means being able to be flexible, being able to be adaptable. And with Temperance in reverse, Temperance is a card of peace, serenity, balance. Temperance knows how to find balance, find compromise, find the middle ground, do things in a even, balanced, moderate way. But with Temperance in reverse, it says that you may be feeling unbalanced, not feeling serene, not feeling, it's sort of like feeling off balance. And it's interesting too because Temperance sort of has a 1 foot energy too. Temperance has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the ground, representing partially it balanced it between emotion and grounding, the physical. But in the reverse, it's sort of like being on 1 foot, being off balance, being off kilter, and that's kind of what Two of Coins is about too. So there's a way in which I'm kind of getting you're like this, Sag, at the beginning of November. You feel a little bit off balance or a little off kilter. But with Two of Coins in the upright position, it's saying to me you're going to find a way to adjust and be flexible and try to have some fun with it, because that is the way out of feeling off balance. When you can bend with the waves and the wind that are hitting you instead of breaking, you adapt, you survive. I somewhat get a sense that you're kind of being pulled back and forth between what you think is satisfying to you and what brings you peace. This could be like what feels like excess. This is actually really funny. 9 of Cups means excess, going to excesses of things. In the upright position, it means satisfaction and wish fulfillment. But in the reverse position, it means going overboard, drinking too much, eating too much, partying too much, gambling too much, going overboard. That's literally what 9 of Cups in the reverse position. You've gone overboard. You've gone too far. You've done too much, eaten too much, all that. Temperance usually is very moderate. It's the opposite. But in reverse, you're not finding that middle path of peace, of serenity, of moderation. So both of these cards talk about moderation, finding the middle ground, finding compromise. I think what some of this tilting back and forth, being off balance, is like, do I feel like I want to make this kind of decision, or do I feel like I want to make this kind of decision? You're kind of wobbling back and forth between moderation and overdoing it. So you might want to just kind of take it easy, Sag. You might be getting caught up in some of the revelry of all the holiday season or other stuff going around you. I do see there's this 3 of Swords in line with the two of Coins here. So you may be weighing values. Like, do I want to go left or right? You might be you're kind of like weighing things like this, but you're doing it while you're on 1 foot. So I'm going to say, don't be excessive. Try to find the middle ground. Try to find balance and try to adapt a fun, adaptable, flexible strategy. You're usually pretty good at that, Sag. You're usually pretty good at being happy-go-lucky, optimistic. It almost feels like there's 2 things pulling at you. And this is the card of moderation. This is the card of excess. It doesn't seem like either of those is serving you right now. So just try to find your centerness, or your center or your centeredness, and try to make it a fun thing. Instead of feeling on 1 foot and like, whoa, I'm wobbly, look at it as comedy. Look at it as like, oh, I'm on 1 foot and I'm juggling these balls. Watch me do this. Watch how fun it is. It's like, think of it as like spinning plates. It could either really stress you out, or you could be having fun with it. And so just work on being flexible, adaptable, having fun with the situation, Sag. You're usually pretty good about that. And when all things fail, look at what has worked in the past. Hierophant is the card of traditionalism, what's tried and true. if you step back and look at what's going on here, you might just want to follow some conservative wisdom. You might just want to follow, like, what are the rules ultimately? What do I have to do to actually just, like, cover my bases? What is expected of me? How do I need to operate? You know, can I step back and just see, like, what is just sort of like in the rule book? What is expected of me? What has worked before in the past? And follow that, because he's really got good advice for you. Hierophant is also known as the Pope, and he talks about moral structures and social mores and things that are observed in civilized society that work. So it's like stopping at red stoplights, going when it's green, just simple courtesies and rules that are written into society that make things function and work. If you're having any difficulties with decisions, whether to go, you know, and you feel like you're going back and forth between trying to be moderate and trying to be not trying to go in excess, you know, there's these two cups trying to be weighed, trying to find the middle ground. There's two coins that you're trying to juggle, trying to make a decision, going back and forth, not trying to go overboard. This says, you know, here's the way to do it. Be calm, be reasonable, go the traditional path. Just do things according to how they're normally done. This is really going to help you, Sag, in making your decision that you might be struggling with right here. In the middle of the month, you have King of Coins in the reverse position along with Three of Swords. So, and he's in the reverse position, which means that he's not his usual self. This is the guy who's in charge of the money. So whoever's in charge of the money in the authority position is not going to be himself. He's upside down. This is the business owner. This is the entrepreneur card. It can also be represented by an earth sign, so Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but really it's anyone who exemplifies King of Diamonds energy, which is the business owner who sees things from their own point of view. He is not seeing things from your point of view right now, and it might be what's causing you to feel, you know, temperance, to feel uneasy, to feel out of balance, and perhaps there may be some injustice related to it towards the end of the month. But regardless, King of Coins is not seeing eye to eye with you right now, and he may be related to this feeling of disappointment, heartbreak, sorrow, sadness. It might be that you're having a hard time making a decision, Sag, that affects someone who is a King of Coins archetype. You know, this could be a landlord, this could be a boss, this could be a father figure, this could be a spouse, someone who you may be separating from and perhaps going with a younger person or going with what your heart says. Knight of Cups is a message of the heart, a message of love, a message of this is me pursuing my heart. This is what I have to say that's been on my heart. And it could be related to a lover situation that you're seeing that has gone upside down. This is Lovers, which represents intimacy, vulnerability, openness with another. You can just see from the card, it's connection. When Knight of Cups shows up, that's a message of the heart. This is like being very frank with someone who's in, you know, saying to someone, if there is a lover's relationship that's gone upside down, it's really letting them know what's on your heart. It's really, you know, coming to them with this is how I feel. This is what my heart says. This is what I need to say. So, or you may be acknowledging, like, if you're not in a relationship and you're not happy with your situation with, you know, regarding lovers, you may need to pay attention to the knight, the message on your heart that is addressing this. So that's what's going on for you mid-month. I get there is some sort of heartbreak, either regarding this King of Coins figure or regarding this lover's relationship. There's some sort of heaviness on your heart. But that's just something you're going to have to pass through, Sag. The fact that you have your heart, Knight of Cups, in the upright position is good. This could also be a water sign. So this could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And it's someone of that sign that is actually sharing a message of love or sharing what's on their heart. If you're in a relationship with with a water sign, that could be, you know, opening that up. It could be that someone is saying, I feel disappointed, I feel betrayed, I feel, it could be you or the other person, Sag. For at the end of the month, lots of gold energy and coins energy. So I'm seeing that money and structure and justice, rules and regulations are featured for you, Sag, at the end of the month. This is justice in the reverse position. So this is a verdict that does not feel just. Justice is about weighing evidence and coming at a verdict, coming at a decision. She carries the truth in her hand, but it's upside down. So justice may not be delivered at the end of the month, or you may be having a hard time seeing the justice in a situation. I get the sense that it's regarding this King of Coins person that's also turning your temperance upside down, which is serenity, moderation, consideration. These are all in reverse. And they're all, you know, he's surrounded by major arcana cards. So there's kind of an intensity of focus around him. And heartbreak. So just be aware, this King of Coins is not a happy camper in November, Sag. And then I see Page of Coins in reverse. I'm getting that this is you, Sag. It could also be an earth sign, younger person, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Someone who is optimistic and willing when it comes towards money. But this could be you not believing that there's another job for you, or you not believing that the money can come to you. Page of Coins holds his hand open and he receives the money. So is there a way, Sag, at the end of the month that you're not putting yourself in a position of receiving more money? Like, are you not willing to be the young person who is not the expert but who gets the job anyway? Like the person who is the apprentice to someone else, or the novice who's willing to consider other options regarding money. This says to me, you know, you're it's almost like you're the young person at odds with, again, the person who's in power. And you're kind of in the situation of his rules and his world, because this is emperor. It's his empire. His rules go. And it's almost like you are being put as like the young, powerless person in his world. So is there a way that you're resisting that, Sag? Is there a way in which you're resisting, like if you're the novice here, then you're going off in your own direction. But if you keep looking at him and keep remaining in his world, you become disempowered. So keep that in mind, Sag, as you're towards the end of the month. And it's not a very just world. You may be doing this out of fear of money. This is Four of Coins, which means holding on to every last cent. Feeling like if I need to hold on to, you know, I've got money on my mind, money on my heart, money on each foot. But this keeps you immobilized. You need to loosen this up, Sag, if you want to have the grip of money. Like, if you actually even want to open your heart. I always use the image when this card shows up, because it's a fear of money card. When you have your hand tightly gripped, you actually can't hold very much. All the stuff goes out through your fingers, if you think of sand or something. But if you hold your palm open, you can receive more. And you put yourself in a place of receptivity. So you got to like loosen your grip and open that hand. Become open. That helps you here. And become willing is another message of Page of Coins. He's very optimistic and he's very willing, and therefore he receives the money. In the reverse position, he's just sort of like a captive between injustice and emperor. This is being in emperor's world. So let your fear of money loosen up if you're having any, like, feeling the need to maintain the status quo, because that's what both Emperor and Four of Coins do, is they maintain the status quo. You got to toe the line. But for some reason, I'm getting for you, that's not where the gold is. This is a fear card. This is a control card. This is a not willing to become new, innocent, young, and fresh again. And this is an injustice card. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, Sag, if you're feeling fear or controlled by someone else or injustice, be willing to be the new guy again. Be willing to, be the younger part of yourself. Embrace that. Be willing to start fresh, because he's the guy who's collecting the coins.